think the house is quiet. I think everything's good. I think we're groovy. Although my camera is a little bit off. Sorry guys, wiping the camera with my shirt here. Yeah. Does it seem blurry? It's blurry. It's blurry. And time out. There's more stuff that's in the button. Okay. Sorry. I just caught this god-awful yellow cup out of the corner of my eye that one of my kids must have. It's a Dickies barbecue pit cup that's sitting up on, you want to see where I found a Dickies barbecue cup? Yeah, and my house just got cleaned yesterday, so I don't even know why this was here, but it's sitting up here, on top of this, up on top of an antique chest. Like, why did I not see that like an hour ago when I walked through here? I don't know. And why did my kids leave it there? I don't know. Because they're teenagers. They're teenagers. That's why. So, it's way too cold outside to do conscious coffee outside this morning. I did walk out there for a half a second. And I was like, yep, nope, not happening. Not happening. Not unless I go with like a great big blanket out there. But camping was last week, not this week in my backyard where it's cold. So, this morning's topic could have been about multiple things. I honestly did not know what I was going to type in until I typed it in, of course. That's just the way I roll though, right? But, yeah. I sat down before I saw the Dickies cup and thought about it for a half a second and realized that this was probably a really, really good topic to touch on addiction. Addiction. Everybody knows I'm addicted to coffee. I'm addicted to coffee. I'm addicted to, I mean, what is your addictions? You know, and feel free to list them if you dare. I'm addicted to coffee. I'm addicted to really good orgasm. I'm addicted to catching myself in negativity and catching myself in different negative spots. I'm addicted to wanting to feel good and to doing almost anything, potentially anything, to feel good. We're not talking about the feel good of, you know, like, oh, it feels good to go and get drunk and just loosen up and then I'll hang out. No, that's because ultimately that doesn't feel good, right? And it really ultimately does not feel good. You wake up the next morning, you feel like crap, feel like a bulldozer just rolled right over you. It's making you feel sick. Doesn't feel good. At any age. At any age. That shit does not feel good. I'm talking about feel good of this fly by the seat of your pants and doing stupid stuff that's an adrenaline rush. That's something that makes you go, whew, and it can feel good in that moment, but then it has a repercussion to it. That feel good that we should really want to be striving for, which keeps us in a high vibration, is more on the lines of just feeling really good in our own skin, feeling elevated, feeling, you know, turned on, charged up, energetic, feeling positive, feeling in love, in flow, in ease. And last night I was at one of my favorite restaurants having this absolutely killer. I forgot to check in. I'm gonna post check in for last night later because you guys got to see this. I think I took a picture of the cocktail. I took a picture of the cocktail. Anyways, anybody who's in the Dallas area, True Foods, they have this citrus pina colada drink that is made with coconut cream and fresh pressed pineapple juice and orange juice, I think, and a little bit of ginger and stuff. It is so good. So good. And last night I was there and there was this conversation going on with the gentleman that I was with and the bartender. And to make a long story short about everything, the bartender said, well, if life was easy, then why would we live? Like, what would be the point of living if life was easy? And I was like, ha ha ha, yeah, right, ha ha ha, right? But what do we really want in life? We do want ease, we want flow, but we want complexity, we want depth, we want things to be, you know, like rich And richness means complexity, means that there's a lot of fullness, a lot of body. It's like a good wine, right? We want that fullness, we want that body, we want that depth, but we want it to come to us with ease. And then we're like, yeah, that's too good to be true. Can't really have that. And how much do we really, really want that? Because if everything just came to us with ease, then what? We'd probably grow tired. We'd probably just kind of grow bored with our life, with our existence. If everything just kind of like, if you went, oh, I want this, and boom, it just happened, then we would get bored really quick. At first, you know, probably 100 times of that, we'd go like, whoo, watch this, be like a magic trick, right? Like, whoo, that's exciting. But then we would get tired. Then we would grow just to that point of like, I don't feel alive anymore. And here's the true addiction that I have, that we all have. We all share this addiction, and it is not coffee, because it seems that I drag a lot of people into my life that don't drink coffee, which I don't understand. I think there's something wrong with them. I really do. Sorry if that's you. But I don't understand people that don't drink coffee. Like, how can you not drink coffee? That's good. That's really, really, really good. Like, okay. Another topic. It doesn't really matter, does it? I'll drink enough coffee for me and a couple people. Not in one sitting and not in one day, because that wouldn't be good. It wouldn't make me feel good. But the addiction is that we get addicted to wanting to feel alive. And how do we go about feeling alive? We go about feeling alive by when life gets too easy, when we step sometimes too much into flow. Things are going so good. They're so just feel good and connective. And it's just like, there's not a whole lot of turbulence in the sea, you could say. There's just, ooh, we're just like, whoa, this just feels good, right? It's just like, just so pleasant and so nice, and oh, and then we just kind of get used to that feeling. And before we know it, we kind of go, oh, we start flatlining, and it just, we don't feel as much. And then we go, I don't really feel that much. I don't really feel that much. Nope, don't really feel that much. So what do? We go and we stub our toe. Now, we stub our toe in an energetic sense. We stub our energy. We stir up our energy. We might even flip our freaking energetic boat over. We may rattle our energetic cage. We may do all this different stuff. And what does that look like? That looks like we stir up an argument with somebody. We may actually physically get hurt. We may deplete ourselves to a point where we draw in an illness, where we get a cold, a flu. We go and we start looking for different drama-based things. We might open ourselves up to trauma, to drama in different ways, and those experiences. We might get a little risky and do something that's out of character for us. Because what? Because we're needing that adrenaline rush, but it's an energetic adrenaline rush. We stir our own energetic pot to caught where we are having worry rise up. We have anxiety rise up. We have fear rise up. But what is that really doing? When we have fear, don't you feel really alive? Like, you are really alive when you are scared shitless about something. You are really, really alive. When you think that you are at the very edge of something and that you could teeter over, you could fall, you could plummet, you could crash, you could burn. There's absolutely no way. There's this massive, massive problem to solve, because if you don't solve it, oh my goodness, what could happen? So in that, oh my goodness, what could happen? All of a sudden, we're just digging in. We're figuring out, how can I fix it? How can I fix it? How can I fix it? And what happens in those moments? In those moments, we feel extremely alive. We feel very much alive. And much like the bartender last night at True Foods shared, like, well, if life was too easy, why would we even be doing it? Like, what would be the point of living if it was too easy? I need the challenge, because that's where I feel alive. Without the challenge of living, then there would be no point. If I knew that I could not die, if I knew that nothing could really go wrong, then I would just be bored and there would be no point in the living experience. Well, when life gets a little bit too easy for us, when things go a little bit too smoothly for us. Notice, I mean, and I deal a lot with people where like, but everything was going great. Everything was going great. Why did this particular happen? Right? Why did it happen in my relationship? Why did it happen in my finances? Why did it happen? Why did all of a sudden my hot water tank blow out in my house? Why all of a sudden did, you know, 2 of my tires just blow while driving? Why is this happening? Why did I all of a sudden get really, really sick? Why did all of a sudden I have this humongous blowout with my best friend, with my kid, with my lover? Why? And it's because we're addicted to the problems. We're addicted to the chaos. We're addicted to the drama and the trauma, because that's the space that we feel alive. That's where we feel like, hey, it's up to me. I get to choose. I get to make decisions. I get to really interact with life right now. We're really feeling it, because we get numbed out to the bliss. We get numbed out to the pleasure. We have to have both sides in order to consistently feel into life. So there's addiction, right? There is an addiction. Is it good? Is it bad? It just is. Number one, it just is. It's very human. It is us being our human selves. It is us interacting with life and learning and challenging ourselves. And much like the bartender said, why do we have, you know, like if life was just smooth and always giving us exactly what we wanted, then what would be the point of living? We need that challenge. And he referred to, I think it was I want to say that it was a Hitchcock show or something. He was talking about Hitchcock or it doesn't much matter. It'll come to me if I'm supposed to get, but he was talking about this one show that back from the 60s and stuff, when, you know, like some guy was given this gift of basically living eternally, and how he just started like doing this crazy shit because he knew that he couldn't be overtaken. There was just no way for him to die, to the point he had made this deal with the devil that was, you know, like just I live eternally. And at the end of the show, I guess he asked for the devil just to take him, because he couldn't really exist anymore. There was no point to living, because there was no risk. Now, we live in a society that is adverse to risk. We fear risk. We go, oh, I don't want to risk that. I don't want to risk. So we clamp a hold of things. We grasp a hold. We contract. We try to control. We try to manipulate. We try to do all these things to control our experience and to control the outcome, because we think that by controlling something that we're going to have it, you know, manifest the way we want it to. So we do this because we're scared of losing. We are scared of risking something. But isn't it funny how actually behind all of that, we're addicted to that, but then behind that there is this other addiction of that we are actually addicted to the chaos. We are more fearful, when it comes right down to it, of the peace, of the feel good, the consistent feel good, because how can that be? What happens if I'm just always feeling good? Like, I mean, that can't happen. That's not normal. That's not good, right? But it's wonderful in those moments. But the only reason why you can really truly notice those moments is because of the moments that you stub your toe. Because when you're really, really caught up in stubbing your toe and the pain of that moment, you're like, oh, fuck, right? It's like, oh, you're so upset and it's painful. It's just like, it makes you cringe. You're like, oh, I should have. I could have. Why didn't I see? Why didn't I do it this way? Opportunities start to come into us because we start to open up to different possibilities instead of just doing this where it feels good. And we have that option to just reside right here and just like go along and look at the beautiful crystal clear water and see all the pretty fish and just drift through, and it just is great. And yeah, but none of us, not one person on the planet, will ever choose that path, because that path will bring us the least amount of feeling alive. So if you're wondering why do I always seem to have the same problems rise up? Why do I always seem to have these events happen in my life? Why is it that I can't seem to catch a break? Why is it that right when things are going so good, that this happens or that happens? It never fails. Things will start going good, and all of a sudden, shit will hit the fan, and boom, boom, something blows up. Why? It's because we're addicted. We are addicted to that drama. We are addicted to that chaos. We are addicted to having problems to fix in our life. Without them, you're not going to feel alive. Without them, your desire box is not going to get filled. Without them, you're not going to be able to appreciate all those sweet spots in life. Now, I'm not saying focus in and try to create problems. I'm not saying that by any means at all. But what I am saying is love your problems. See them for what they are. Embrace them for what they are. And that is opportunity to feel alive and to build your desire. Because you've got to know what you want. And you're not really truly going to know what you want until you experience something that you don't want. You can say, oh, I want this, oh, I want that. And it can sound really, really great. It can sound really, really perfect, right? Oh no, I know that I want that. That's so amazing. And then you get it. You get it. And it's an awesome, blingy, fun, new experience, toy, relationship, job, house, car, what have you, right? It's absolutely wonderful for this long. And then what happens? Much like any blingy, shiny new toy that we get, we start to just go, yeah, that was great, but now I want, but now I want, but now I want. We're always wanting for more, which is absolutely perfect. It, again, is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. We're always supposed to be wanting for more. This life is about always wanting, always wanting. The journey is about consistently going after something new that we want. But here's the thing. While we're going after something new, typically we don't know what we want until we experience something that we really don't want. We really, really don't want. Relationship's a beautiful place to go with this because we've all had those relationships where it's like, yeah, they offered, you know, like I always joke around about I have this list of 50. It's probably actually a list of 75 things for my ideal guy. It's a pretty big, it keeps adding too. It's funny, I keep adding to that list. So at this point, that ideal guy, he's fucking amazing. Let me tell you, he is so amazing. I don't know where he's at. He's somewhere out there. It's a list of 75 things, 75. 78, 80. It's a shit long list. But on that list of, we'll just go with the 50 because that's what I always joke around about. On that list of 50 things. So if we have a list of 50 things for our ideal person, okay, we go out and we start going and we date and we get wrapped up into a relationship. Let's say this relationship lasts 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, okay? And then we really start to get to know that person. Well, on the friend side, we might say, oh, this person has ching, 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 ching. This person has 20 of my 50 things. Woo! Like, woo, this is great, right? This person is like, it definitely exceeding what everybody else ever did, right? It's like, this is great. And we get to know this person, and some time goes by, and we start to see other things. And it's like, oh man, this person also has this, and then we have this negative list over here. We're like, all right, well now I know. Let me add, and this is how we end up with a list of 75, by the way. Is because we go, oh, well, I didn't take that into consideration, and now I know that I really don't like this, so now I need to add this to my list. And now I don't like that, so I really need to add this to my list, the opposite of the things that we don't like. And that's how we accumulate and get to know what we actually do want, what we might need in our lives, what actually attracts us, where our desires are at. And I'm picking on relationship here, but here's the reality, is the truth of the matter is that happens in any single thing. You can look at your work. If you're an entrepreneur, you might say, hey, this is what's going on in my world. This is what's going on with this job. I really like this, but dang, my ideal would actually have boom, 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 boom. And then we get into that position and we're like, all right, this is really great for right now, but we're looking for that way to move to something that is bigger, greater than, and more fulfilling, that has more of what we want on our list. Because at the end of the day, if we're only getting out of a list of, and I'm going to go back to the relationship, if we have a list of 75 and this person is meeting 15, 20 things on the list, well, that's a hell of a lot of stuff. that's not being met. And we're never going to meet somebody that's going to fulfill the whole list. We're never going to have the job that's going to fulfill the whole list. We're never going to have the house that's ideal, that has absolutely every single thing in it, or everything always work out. Because even if we build a house and it is exactly what we want, guess what? The hot water tank can still blow out. The hot water tank can still blow out. The city water can all of a sudden have an issue. The roof could get hit by a hailstorm and have an issue, and all of a sudden we could have a whole bunch of work that has to be done. We could go, oh, that looked really, really pretty in the magazine. Oh, the builder said it would be that. The interior decorator said that it would be that. And then once we start living in it, once we start experiencing it, things kind of change a little bit. Things kind of change just a little bit. And what happens? It is a problem. It is something that we're like, oh, now these are like, they're toe steps. I really do. They're little ruffles in our world. They're little bumps on our road. And they're there to make us aware more of what we do want. But what happens? We get caught on the problem. We get really, really caught and focused on the problem. And we really focus in on that problem because it's like here we're feeling alive, right? And we're like, oh, but if I just fix this, if I just fix this, if I just fix this, how can I do it? How can I do it? How can I do it? And it makes us feel important. It makes us feel accomplished. It makes us feel prideful, good, like we've done something. Like, hey, yeah, I figured that out. I did that. I did that. I succeeded. I overcame. Okay? And what is that? That's feeling alive. That's feeling alive. That is. So, addiction. Addiction to problems. We all have it. It's just being human. The truth is that you just need to look at it for the beauty that the problem really is. Is it going to make you feel good when you overcome something? Is it going to make you feel very much alive when you're in it? Yes. Do you need to feel as alive as you might be living right now? Which means, do you truly need to have all the problems that you're presenting to yourself, that you're churning up in your life? Or could you do with a little bit less? I'm always with, I could do with a little bit less. I'd rather like a little bit more smooth sailing, and then the problem here, and then some smooth sailing, and then a problem here, and then some smooth sailing, and a little, like shake of my steering wheel over here. Woo, all right, yep, I forgot how important that was. Okay, so it'd be like a little turbulence. But for the most part, I'm a believer in, like, I like the smooth sail. I like the feel good. I really like to have that fuck yes life, that orgasmic state, that breathing it in and really just basking in it. But there is really, truly beauty in that experience where you get that little energetic adrenaline rush. You go, oh yeah, oh yeah. But the issue with this, much like with any addiction, is that if we get addicted to the point that is unhealthy, much like if I drink 2 cups of coffee a day. So I drink 2 cups of coffee a day. If I drank 2 pots of coffee a day, my body would fall apart on me. It would absolutely fall apart on me. It would just be not good, okay? My intestines would not be good. I'd be so acidic. My pH level would be way the heck off. I would just tired, not feel good. It would be bad. That was a really great look, wasn't it? I was like, horrible. Can't believe I just did that. So obviously, drinking 2 pots of coffee is not beneficial. But if I had an extreme addiction to it, then I'd probably drink 2 pots, 3 pots, 4 pots of coffee, in throughout the day. That's not healthy for the body. It's not. Just like being addicted to problems. There are plenty of us, and we all go through these phases of our life where we get so addicted to problems that we don't know how to live, how to exist without them, because anything that does not have us living in drama or feeling as under attack or being in some traumatic situation has us feeling like we're not living. There's where the problem is if we absolutely have to have problem after problem after problem after problem to know that we're alive. That's like we're just walking around pinching ourselves. Are you alive? Are you alive? Are you alive? Are you? Are you? When that could be wearing, that could be tiring. And so often this is what we do in our life. We get addicted to the problems. We get addicted to the point that we don't know what to do without them. And there's definitely a way to choose that. It's as always, as I always come back to in Conscious Coffee and in writing and in coaching and in every single thing, the reality to solving the problem of of being addicted to problems is just being present right here, in your body, in your thoughts, in the moment, being aware, not being afraid to do the inquiry work, not being afraid to do the mindset work, not being afraid to look yourself in the eye and really truly tap in to you. Stop avoiding you by drifting out here and thinking about all this other stuff. Bring your attention inside yourself. Bring your attention right here. Feel where you're tight and open up. Just even like doing this, just physical stretching. Like start your day by opening up. Don't get out of bed until you stretch. Don't get out of bed until you do some gratitudes. Bring your attention to the good shit in your life when you've got a lot of problems in your life. You can still work through in a very easy fashion all the problems that are coming at you. But you can do it with a lot more peace and a lot less tension if you just start your day right by opening, by breathing in, by focusing in on gratitude, and by bringing your attention to good things. Good things. Direct yourself over here. Bring yourself into more positive thought. Allow yourself to have more positive experiences. Call in more positive experiences in every area of your life, so that you have less problems, so that you have more feel-good moments, so that you're more turned on, so that you're more just in ease, in flow, so you got good shit manifesting in your life, and those seemingly humongous mountains of problems that might be facing you will shrink down to what they really truly are, which is just basically a small little zit in your life that you can just move right through. That's not really going to disrupt anything unless you really put your attention on it and grow it into that mountain, okay? And grow it into the mountain, which is what we tend to do. That's where that addiction is at. Yeah, I think that's about it. Like, I could run all through that again, but no point in that. So, there you have it. My addiction is the same as yours. How conscious of your addiction are you? What can you do to short circuit it just a little bit? And like, what are some of the opposites that you could focus in on to help you loosen up the energy around those addictions of being addicted to problems? Like, really just focus in on some of that good stuff. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to your internal world, your mindset, the thoughts that you're thinking, the emotions that your thoughts are creating in your body, the sensations that your body is having or not having, where that constriction is, what it can potentially be a sign of. Because our bodies will constrict when our mind is constricted into a certain line of thought, okay? Which is constricting our emotions, which is also constricting our physical body. And by the time it manifests in our body, then it's kind of like, hey, pay attention, because you have not been paying attention before. Now we're gonna really need you to pay attention here. Really need you to pay attention. So that is your soul saying, get your ass back in alignment. Come back over here. You're way off point. Come back over here. Stop focusing in on that so much. It doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't have to be that difficult. It doesn't have to be that full of overwhelm, anxiety, fear, depression, anger, frustration. You don't have to have all that. But you know, what are we addicted to? We're addicted to all that because that's where we feel. It's where we feel. I cannot tell you how many times I've sat down with a client and said, tell me what you're feeling in your body. And they look at me and they go, well, I think that I'm feeling a lot of frustration, a lot of, you know, I've got a lot going on. And I feel like there's just a lot going on, and I think that that's causing me to kind of hold back, and I feel a lot of fear and anxiety. And when I say, no, what do you actually feel in your body? What do you actually feel in your body? I get to like, huh? What? Like, what are you talking about? That's how detached the majority of people are in this world. Like, what do you mean? Feel in my body. So my challenge to you, because I see Addison is on and she's always so kind to be my Robin and to write my homework assignments down. So here's the homework assignment. All right, Addison, here we go. Homework assignment for today for this Conscious Coffee. And I just thought I need to also add homework assignments to all the places that Conscious Coffee gets posted these days. I completely forgot to do that. Note. Somebody text me and tell me to do that later because that's not on my list of things to do that I wrote out last night. Anyway, so homework for this Conscious Coffee. See, we're back and forth. It's just like it's like that road in San Francisco. I don't know if you guys have ever been to San Francisco, but there's this road in San Francisco where you just go down and you just like this. It's so fun. I remember that as a kid when I used to go there all the time as a kid. But homework is, I want you to take a moment and I want you to take your hands and I want you to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your pubic bone while laying down on the couch, on the floor, on your bed today. And I want you to set your alarm clock for 3 minutes, okay? And set the alarm clock for 3 minutes. Take one hand, I don't care what hand it is. It can be right, we'll just say right hand on chest, left hand on pubic bone. If it feels better going this way, then go that way, okay? I don't care. It's not about the placement of which hand is where. Like this. Then I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe into your body, okay? I mean, I really want you to breathe into your body. This is like, get serious. I want to see bellies blowing in and out, okay? See, this is how daring I am right now. I want this, see, normal like this, and I want you to go. Okay? So, did you see my belly go out and in, okay? I wasn't going like this. That's not breathing anywhere, okay? The air is not even making it past our nipples. It's not. We want it to go all the way down to here, okay? So get that stomach blowing out. It's called Buddha belly, okay? So let your stomach blow out. Close your eyes. Don't look at your stomach, okay? We don't want anybody going, but my belly does this. No, this is not the place for insecurity. Blow that shit out. Let your stomach go out. Just let yourself breathe into yourself. I want you to do that 3 to 5 times. Slow, deep breaths. If you need something to focus on, count for an 11 count in and a 7 count out, okay? So we're going to suck the air in for a count of 11, blow it out for a count of 7. If 7's too fast for you, blow it out for a count of 9. Do not do the same count going out as in though, okay? Always needs to be just a little bit less on the out, on the exhale. So blow that air out. And then after you do that 5, 6, 7 times, okay, it really is, how long does it take you to get out of here and into here? What do I mean by that? Where you're not just going, am I doing this right? You should be very just focused in on the breath. Feel your body move. Become more conscious of the movement, okay? Just become very, very conscious of the movement. Let yourself enter into that state of flow. And then after no more than 10 good deep breaths, I want you to lay there and I want you just to feel sensation. So much like pinching, this is a sensation, okay? This is a sensation. This is a sensation. I want you to feel what is going on inside your body. Notice if you feel warmth, if you feel tingly, if you feel constriction, if you feel warmth, if you feel a cooling, if you just notice that your heart is just pounding. It does not matter. Notice what you feel in your genitals. Notice what you feel in your chest. Notice where you're absolutely like, I can't relax. Oh, shake it out, okay? Shake it out. Let yourself relax. Really, truly drop down into what you're laying on and kind of become mush into that, okay? Just notice. That's it. Simple, simple homework, okay? Very easy. Just want you to breathe, notice what's going on, and just connect with your body and hear that message of your body. If you're feeling constriction, if you're feeling anything like that in your body, ask yourself about each one of the sensations. And you can just, this is just like a brief statement to ask yourself, is that positive or is it negative? If it comes back that it's negative, then I want you just to go, what is my body trying to send to me right now? Like, what is the message? Because if you feel really, really constricted in your heart, guess what? There's something that you're harboring right here, okay? And ladies, I'm just going to bring to your attention that breast cancer, yes, our boobies, that breast cancer is more than likely a cause of constriction in the heart. So where are you holding on to anger? Where are you not letting go of that anger? Who are you not forgiving? Okay? Guys, you too. The lymph nodes, everything like that. There's a lot of constriction. We have a lot of constriction in here, right? Okay? So notice if you're feeling constricted, because that right there is a sign that you're not letting go, that you're harboring anger, that you're not that you're not letting forgiveness take over, that you're really holding on to a grudge, a pain, of something, that your heart is hurting. And that shit has to get released if you really truly want to be able to expand, open up, and really feel into your life. So there's your homework. Anybody who wants to know about different things that come up in your body, I definitely suggest that you check out Louise Hay's book, Heal Thyself, I believe is what it's called. It's got like a rainbowy color cover to it and stuff. You just look up, if you just do Louise Hay, or actually alchemyofhealing.com, I believe it is. Alchemyhealing.com has a list of all of her most popular ailments and the emotional relationship that our illness and ailments have. So definitely check that out. So if you have a headache, if you have a sinus infection, bladder infection, disc slip in your back, you know, like it doesn't matter. There's a ton of stuff on there. I do encourage you to go and explore that for anything that you have. Okay, guys, addicted to problems, let that shit go. Okay, and there's somebody calling me. They should have gotten the message that I'm on. So yeah. Okay, let me see. Manifest Your Man is coming up this Saturday, all you local single ladies. Manifest Your Man is Saturday, and it will be taking place in Allen. I have a few seats left right for that workshop. That workshop's also going to be coming out on Facebook Live, so if you're catching me and you'd like to also have that available and you're not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, have no fear. I will be recreating it for online live workshop as well for all the single ladies in the world, global single ladies. So that will be coming out. But Saturday, the live Dallas-Fort Worth workshop will be here Saturday morning. So make sure that you can check that out at kendallwilliams.com underneath my events tab. And then in early April, Addison and I are teaching Seeing the Other Side, an experiential journey into your sex, which is going to be a phenomenal workshop that it is very, very interactive. It is co-ed. It is PG-13 rated for language because we don't watch our language very well. As you can probably see, anybody who follows me should just know that. But it is just going to be a very intensive, deep, powerful, beautiful awakening experience where we're going to walk you through some dynamic exercises that we don't use in any of our other workshops. And it is really only our VIP clients that get to touch on this. So we are bringing this to everybody in the local DFW area to really give you, I believe it is 3 hours of intensive deep dive work so that you can help manifest that life that you want and really clear out the blockages, because how we sex is truly related to how we live and how open we are. So when I use the word orgasmic living or orgasm and I want to experience more orgasm in my life, guess what? I'm not just talking about in the bedroom. I'm not just talking about masturbation or with my lover. I'm talking about living a truly orgasmic life, which is what Tantra teaches, is to live a blissed out life and to experience that bliss, that orgasm in every single part of our world. So make sure that you check that out as well. Addison has been kind enough to post both of the links for those right here. In April is going to be bringing about a whole bunch of really cool workshops. I will be putting out the Manifest Your Man for the online, but I've got a guys workshop that I'm so excited. I'm hoping to have it finished up today or tomorrow, and it's called Primal Roots. It's called Primal Roots, Penetrate Life the Way You Were Intended. It is a 4-week intensive that will be a 4 weeks live training intensive for all you gentlemen here on Facebook. It's going to be a very, very powerful 4-week intensive workshop that is going to get you back to your primal roots, where you can really ground yourself, get very earthy, and the man that you want to be, the man that you know that you are at your core. But our crazy ass world just kind of like pushes over there to the side, maybe says, that's not okay, today's man is this or that. Well, guys, you've kind of lost your rooting a little bit in the masculine, and you're getting kind of stomped over by society in general. So this is going to teach you how to be that conscious man, and a dynamic conscious man, and teach you how to penetrate life the way you really truly were meant to penetrate life. So that's going to be an exciting one. I've also got a mompreneur workshop that will be coming out in April as well, called Superwoman Success Secrets. So I'm going to be teaching you guys all the different little tricks and different things that I've learned as a mompreneur, mom of 7. And how have I done this? You know, I've had a funny little factoid about me is I've only had one job only one actual corporate type job my whole in my lifetime. And I quit that job when I was 18 and never looked back. So there you go. So how have I lived the last however many years that has been, from 18 to 43? How many years that has been? How have I done that as a mompreneur? Because I started having kids at age 19. 7 kids, mompreneur. Let me share with you ladies out there who are entrepreneurs, who are mothers, and would like to know some of those success secrets. How do you get it all done? Basically, how can you get it all done and come home and still have time to make an awesome dinner and read a book to your kid and still have that pampering time and still build a business and not be exhausted, and also take a little trip to the beach every now and then? Well, I'm going to be sharing those secrets with you in Superwoman Success Secrets in April. That, again, will be an online course that will be coming out. So look for all of those coming out. You can catch them, as always, here on my page, on my website, www.kendalwilliams. As always, everybody, thank you so much for participating. Thank you for watching. Stop existing, start living, and I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, guys.